He has, almost auburn brown hair, kind of. Kind of looks to you and is like, hello. I'd figured that I would be hearing from you and yours when all this trouble had began. Watch Captain Syracuse. What can I do for you?
We all just kind of stare at her.
Nudges still.
Oh, jeez. It's my turn again.
You're gonna ruin it.
Yes, I am addressing you, sir. I see that Miss Calrian has brought you to us, Lieutenant. Nods respectfully. What is it that I can do for you this tragic morning?
Tragic, you say? Can I? Not yet. Why did you guys commission the cooks yesterday during the feast to go down and get more supplies, like all of them?
It was not my call. According to reports, Hendricks had passed on a message from the Watch Warden. I do not know whether or not this was of cause for this disturbance. Watch Warden had made many a messenger, pass messages. It's a common thing. I was not here for your feast. I was at the borders of the fort, making sure that things were held down, as is my charge in most scenarios. Without the Watch Warden here, it now falls to me to secure the base.
Did you see anything anyone creeping and crawling last night? Like, did you have any, sight on our caravan?
Your caravan is a curious one. From what my guard patrol could infer, as we were told to keep an eye on all of you whilst you were within the walls. He kind of nods to Ethna in particular. Not too much seemed out of place. You have some in your group that are, how you say, natural night stalkers. Ones who tend to be up a little later than most. Kind of looks over to Gochin and Ethna. It would seem that not just these two, but your pointy-eared ranger fellow and the, I suppose you would call a caravan leader, like to stay up late. Although,
got it.
I did hear an obstinate amount of noise that came from your middle cart. The one that my guards seem to report you all report to for coffee in the morning.
Just fades in.
Seems you all have a number of proverbial night owls. Beyond that, reports say that nothing suspicious took place from you and your caravanners, but that does not mean that we had missed something. When adventurers come in, we are on the understanding that sometimes unusual capabilities come with that. Your natural-minded friend comes to mind. The one that seems generally dirty and runs around with the raptor.
He'd call Chomp your raptor. Oh, Dulce isn't here, but he would be smacking him.
Oh yeah, no, Dulce would 1000% correct this guy, but you're not here to do it, so. But yes, we've kept our eyes on you and your caravan. While nothing has necessarily crossed the obvious spectrum of odd, there were reports that we would be visited upon by outsiders And that unfortunate circumstances would arise within our midst. He kind of, looks to all of you a little harder than before.
Yes, we know the person you're talking about. They were Corvus letters to where we came from, too. It's all a plot to turn you.
Is that so?
Seems we've been through this already from the last time we came from.
That doesn't
Well, I
make
would
us
like to
sound
know-
good at all.
Happy.
I would like to know exactly why this fortress of good is being targeted singularly for the lives of a few roaming band of adventurers.
Oh, we have our skeletons, trust me. But we're not going to get you involved in that. We're about the here and the now.
I'd like to stomp on his
Just
foot.
holding the hammer in one hand. Not saying a word about it.
He's just like, oop. Looks side to side.
So
So,
who?
So you were nowhere near the dinner party at all? You were out guard watching and patrolling?
Indeed. And I have several guards that can back me up on that.
So you would also have several guards within that could back up Hendricks and Jenkins then. As to why they would have told the staff to go downstairs.
Jenkins is currently on duty on patrol around the fort. Hendrickson has not reported in.
Oh, probably
Oh crap!
dead.
So yep, he's dead, and Jenkins did it. We gotta go after Jenkins, guys. We shouldn't even worry about
No.
Hendricks. He's dead. We know the routine.
I just side-eye my hammer as we walk away to go find this guard. It's like, I gotta do this shit again.
Here we go
God
again.
damn it, Roddy!
My question to you and your party is why target the Watch Warden if they're only after you and your caravan?
So that they were
there's
only
more
after
to the
us.
story.
So yeah, hey, sir, here and now, remember that.
What did Ava say?
You said they were only after us.
You seem to imply that you knew those who sent these warnings? Kinda
No,
looks at
but
Sylph.
Perhaps it's a attack of opportunity. A
That
group
seems
that they don't
like-
like joins up with a fort that they don't like.
Still's just trying really hard to ignore the questions. He just doesn't want his brutal honesty to like pour out, so he just keeps walking.
What
I'm
better
gonna, like,
time to
start
deal
get,
with?
like, out the door and be like, oh, shit, turn around. Yes, our compatriot Jess. You should let her go. The poor girl's been poisoned like the rest of you all.
I would figure everybody in this building's been poisoned to some degree. Well, at least the
Poison. She has no ability to form memory.
And probably won't for quite a while, apparently.
I would like you both to make me a diplomacy check.
God. Why this?
16. Eva is actually somewhat charismatic.
Yay!
Unfortunately.
That's where that was gonna go.
I would like a report on your findings, should you find anything further. We'll be willing to cooperate and even release your friend, provided you can find me sufficient evidence of this mastermind behind the attack on this castle. Do this and she'll be free. Then I want you all out of this castle.
Gladly.
Eva just walks
Don't
away.
worry, we have a war with giants to stop anyway.
Adonai would like to speak with the captain still. While the
Okay. So you're staying behind effectively?
Yes, I want to ask couple things.
Okay. Where are the others going for the time being, just so I know what destination you're heading to?
To go find the one dude that's still
Jenkins.
alive that we think.
Jenkins. You're looking for
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm off to find Jenkins because
So,
Hendrix is dead.
You don't know that till you go find him.
He's dead.
He could have also just ran. Who knows?
Well, so we thought Roddy ran, but he didn't.
But he didn't die.
No, he betrayed us and fucked the whole thing up. So I'm kind of, on edge. It was
all right.
Jenkins.
So you two go to. Who else is leaving to go find Jenkins? Gochin, where are
Ava.
you at? Ava's going to go find Jenkins.
I'm gonna go find Jenkins.
So you're leaving Athena to her alone.
No, if everyone's leaving, I'll stay with her.
Are they releasing just now or later?
Later.
It does not.
Probably later.
It sounds like later.
Ah, okay, fun.
We'll see how much later, depending on the party. But all right, Athena, you have further questions, as it seems you, Gochin, and Calrian kind of linger behind.
First question. I would like to know if I can see her schedule for herself and for her guards.
He pulls out a small ledger and kind of tosses it onto the desk.
Okay.
The schedule. Corporal. I'm guessing you're going to look it over.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me a double check a thing real quick. I would say go ahead and give me a linguistics check. Untrained.
Apparently.
Ah. So you find no secret codes or messages in this, although you're absolutely sure there's probably something here. But flipping through this, you do have, in fact, the schedule of the guards for effectively the next week. It would appear that Hendrix is almost always on messenger duty, and is usually scheduled from about late morning to mid, to end of the day kind of thing. But typically people will report in early if they want to aid with some of the more altruistic portions of the fort, make sure that things are, on the up and up. Sometimes you can earn a little extra coin from putting in a little effort. Might have been something that you've done in the past where, like, you wanted to get something particularly nice back in the day, but some soldiers do it, others don't. Some are a little more on that, Knights of Ozum do good for the people kind of business. Others are kind of like, this is the lifestyle. It would appear that Hendrix has been logged as somebody who participates in overtime as frequently as possible. The fact he isn't here in the morning seems sus. Yeah. Jenkins seems to be a morning individual, and by morning I mean the midnight to maybe about noon schedule.
Perfect hours for a killer.
But it would appear that Jenkins is currently on schedule, has checked in, and is out and about. It would also seem that there are a number of other individuals who, it seems to be that the fort has maybe about 20 to 30 people at any given time that kind of roam the actual fort, with an additional 20 that roam the, walls and skirt the hamlets and just kind of keep general peace. So there's only about 50 souls that actually man Castle Everstand at any given point, with the hamlet maybe hosting about an additional 100 to 200 souls at any given point. Nothing strikes you as off about the schedule,
Okay.
but I would say go ahead and give me a perception check. You believe that based off the way the schedule has been inked, that maybe somebody's been in here and has laid parchment over it, maybe has made a copy. As things seem a little wrestled from within this, lashed together binding and, flip book kind of format for the schedule. Maybe like it was hastily put away.
Okay. Does the schedule have anything saying what the watch warden was doing herself, or where she'd be?
The watch warden schedule does not seem to be within this ledger. You would probably assume that the watch warden is just kind of like an on-call role almost at all times. If shit goes down, messenger comes find watch warden, and defense is raised in case of crisis.
Yeah, I think she was with us the whole time from when we got there to the dinner.
But after dinner and after I had left, what did she do? Did she speak to anyone
talk to-
else? Stuff like that.
You might guess that she probably retired for the evening, as she was in her casual attire when she gave you the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Almost
But-
like she was kind of restless at the time.
But if she's an
It was planned.
on-call
It was
thing,
planned.
who would there have been somebody who visited her in her time of rest? Is what I'm meaning. Like,
That might fall to more of a maid keeper of the fort. If she sent
He's
for a
just
mess.
on her job. Like he records just when she's on her job. Right?
What do you mean?
Like when she's not like within the castle, he doesn't record her. That's like the patrols and all that.
No, she's not designated to any given patrol. This seems to be for the watch captain and everyone who is of subsequent rank below her.
okay.
It would appear that you may need to ask around the castle staff to get a track on the warden's movements. You also know that she has resident quarters within the fort itself.
So that was my next question, is I want to find out if I can get access to her personal quarters.
So long as you have a guard with you, I see no problem with this.
Okay.
Any further inquiries, Corporal Velo?
At the moment, no. But if I do have any more, I will come find you.
Very well. Make your business swift, then. Hopefully we can finish our business before night's end.
That would be lovely.
Dismissed. He kind of waves you guys out of the room.
Okay. Well, next stop would be her room.
All right. So a guard will accompany you, Calrian and Gochin, to the watch warden's room. During that time, Ava Ava, Sylph, and Darlin may go ahead and inquire around the fort for one said Jenkins.
And we will.
Yep.
Go ahead
Even
and
if
make a diplomacy check.
It's where Sylph comes in. Oh, or not.
Not bad.
Are we ready? We ready? You got to be ready now? Ha ha ha.
So Sylph starts, charming some of the guards, and Darlin, it goes with dwarven diplomacy. It's not very effective, but
Where's Jenkins?
where's Jenkins? You would eventually find Jenkins.
Where is she?
You would actually find Jenkins more towards the Great Hall of the castle fort on the first floor, as he kind of seems to be patrolling about. He's scrappy fellow. Not more of a wiry build. Kind of has slicked back dishwater blonde hair, kind of set up. Seems to be little green maybe. Not literally, but in terms of composure.
Oh, okay. So he looks a little sick too.
Maybe.
Someone would cut themselves look like they are also a part of the attack.
You are absolutely getting nowhere. Why are you trying?
So, how do you approach?
Oh man.
Then we just call out and say, "Why'd you kill him?"
Yeah, do like a big old bluff. We know what you did. Just bluff.
Hi, hello. I am Jenkins.
I am Sylph. These are my friends. And why'd you kill him?
Kill who?
You know who.
I don't really know what you're talking about. I've been on watch duty since the ass crack of night.
After or
sorry,
before?
Sorry. Since the moon was at its highest.
Oh. So it just gets taken back by the composure change.
What can I do for you?
Do you know any reason as to why during the dinner Hendrix had called the cooks down to the set cellar all at once for a half hour?
I don't know what the messengers send between people, but the rumor is that Hendrix had sent a message for more food, and that I don't really know why. We had plenty on hand, and I think your party wasn't that large, was it?
Our
No,
bellies
I checked in after the party was well and done.
Well, then who killed Hendrix?
Hendrix is dead?
Yeah, why'd you kill him?
I didn't kill him. I've been here all night.
We've had a, hang on. Can I roll a bluff?
Depends. What are you trying to tell him? What are you saying?
I'm going to tell him that we casted a watch person, a watch spell on him, so we could listen in on him. We heard what he did.
Go ahead and roll a bluff. He kind of widens his eyes. Look, alright, maybe sometimes I'll go down into the armory and take the really nice things off the wall that I probably shouldn't and pretend I'm a much more powerful knight, but we don't have to tell anybody, right?
I turn around and look at Darlin. Damn it, he's not lying. So someone else killed Hendrix. But who?
Wait, is Hendrix really dead?
Oh, I have no idea, but this is what we're running with.
My question: where is Hendrix usually at when he's not working? Come on, you gotta know. Where does he like to hide out?
If he's not at home tending to some of the family cattle he's got, then he might be out picking berries. He tends to be one of those busybodies that like is always trying to help people and stuff like that. His family's got a farm just in the hamlets outside of the fort.
And what little? Do you know anything like secret that he wouldn't want anybody to know? Like, does he have a mistress?
I mean, he's got a wife.
I gathered that, numbskull.
Okay. So this is kind of a joke that goes around like the actual barracks, but from what we knew, he's definitely not the one that wears the pants in the relationship, and sometimes he's not even the one that's really giving it, if you know what I mean.
Ooh.
So he's like, Silk, got it.
Silk, the one's gonna just ooh.
Anyway,
like, what direction is his house?
If you head south out of southwest out of the fort, just beyond the border wall, maybe about like a few houses down, it's a small little plot of land with a little, chicken farm on the outskirts. A couple cows. It's hard to miss. I know that looks like most of the area, but like, trust me, it's hard to miss. They've literally got their name plastered on the outside of the barn house.
Oh, that'll make it easy.
Okay. Guess I won't break your knees with my hammer then.
I'd appreciate that.
And I'll kind of flash the hammer at him as we walk away.
He flinches. Was that all you came to ask me? Was Hendrix?
Yep.
Why'd you kill him again anyway?
I didn't kill anybody.
He's dead.
Everybody keeps asking me questions today. All I did was see a lass with red hair. Jeez.
Oh, jeez. Guys.
Always knows doing it.
Sylph stops and turns around. It's like, red hair? What do you mean?
There was... Okay, so when I'm on guard duty, I gotta walk through the halls, and they dim the torches to make sure that nobody gets woken up, and, stuff like that. But, like, as I was, on the second floor for my portion of patrol, because we switch it up, in order to make sure nobody gets bored, there was a lass who was heading down the hatch of, like, the kitchens, and she had red hair, and I just never seen her before.
Was she butt naked?
No, she had clothes on, but it was dark, so, like, I guess a tunic? And, like, maybe, like, a jerkin? Like light armor.
Was she a part of our caravan?
I don't know. The only person that I've seen with red hair is in your caravan, so I kind of just assumed, like, I don't know. It was a little odd, and then, like, I told it to my buddies, and, like, they were like, yeah, we saw that person come in on the caravan, and I was just like, huh, I wonder why she was up here. Like, I knew you guys had a party and everything, but I didn't get anything out of it. Like, I got some scraps, but now I got this tummy ache, and it's a whole problem. And I don't even want breakfast. I don't even think I want lunch.
Did this person say anything or do anything, like, other than just go down?
Well, I yelled, hey, and, like, they didn't say hey back, so I kind of thought them rude, and so, like, I walked over, and, like, when I walked down and looked down the ladder, like, nobody was there. And then I was like, hey, Greg, you see anybody? And he said no, and, then we all kind of just, like, got together, and, like, we couldn't find anything, so, told me I was seeing stuff, but then the morning came around, and the watch warden was dead, and then we're like, oh, shit, this is serious. And, like, nobody had said anything from that floor that, like, anything had gone down. They just, went in, checked in on her, and boom, dead in her bed. It was weird.
So you guys didn't actually go down the hole, you just looked down it?
No. Greg was on the first floor, and like he checked from the kitchens. Like we've got people on every floor. There's like 30 of us.
Okay, this is. I see where you guys are when you guys look at me now. I get it because I'm looking at this guy.
Finally.
I look at him and go, "You kind of suck at your job, don't you?"
We're normally really good at these kind of things, okay? We've not had an incident.
That's because of you.
We haven't had an incident in like years.
You should go to being a farmer. You suck at this job.
You suck at being a dwarf.
I punch him.
Okay,
You
touche.
had that coming.
Oh shit, Ava, you're here. I forgot you're so quiet.
Oh, sorry, I kind of tuned out you being an idiot.
Alright, let's go see the dead man. I'm sure him and all his family is dead now too because of this guy's incompetence.
Fucking Roddy.
Degrading this poor bastard.
Jenkins did not get it easy.
Nope.
So you guys leave in order to go to the Hendrickson estate.
Yep.
It's not really an estate, but
It's a
meanwhile,
small shackle.
Meanwhile, Dolgus, you've been tending to Chompy. It's been a couple hours. Chompy's kind of like shaken off a decent bit of the nausea, and it's kind of
Always has just been rubbing his scaled back this whole time, like there, while he's been giving him more of the sticks.
The peppermint sticks definitely seem to have like helped out a bit, and so like he'll like shake it off and kind of like walk around a bit from like where you guys have kind of nested for the evening, and he like kind of looks around. It's like everything smells like food.
That bad? Oh well. No worry, Chompy, it'll get better.
What do? Where go? Kind of wags his tail a little bit. Even that seems to have like a little less energy to it.
Are you sure you're okay? I mean, you can just nap here if you need to. But I mean, there was that one useless human guards. Just hauled off like the one person that probably is guaranteed not to have done it. I'll need to bust her out later. I wonder if the caravan has a stack I can put her in, hide her away from someone. I'll start looking around the room they're in, looking at mountains of hay or whatever. Like, can I stuff a stack with a human body that's still alive in there?
It's just so crazy it might work. Is kind of your first instinct. Who made all food bad?
No. The others are looking into it. I guess being I don't know why I didn't get sick though. I mean, must be the staunch scales, I guess. Don't worry, you'll be stronger when you're older.
Okay. They know good hunter. They know fine things.
Yeah. Don't worry. If you were on the case, you would have already found who it was by now, I'm sure.
We go?
You sick?
Better than stay.
Yeah, fair enough. And if you ever get you don't need an up check. Just aim for one of those guards. They seem to be stupid.
Oh. He just kind of wags his tail, and then like the tail kind of like points back to like the wagons,
Which that means that's where we're going.
He just kind of like races over and starts sniffing the wagons. It's been a few hours, so like the coffee smells kind of died down from the wagons. Jess hasn't been cooking, so that's kind of like gone away. And Chompy kind of starts smelling around a little bit. Go ahead and roll me a perception check for Chompy.
Alrighty. One. Make sure I got Chompy's sheet up. There it is. Okay, perception for Chompy, and the Chompy does have the scent ability, so hopefully that'll help.
Chompy heads directly for the wagon that Tasha was in, and like nudges the door.
Right. Give me a moment. First, August will try and open it.
It opens, and inside you can see the dead body of the half-elven figure who has been traveling with you for a while.
Oh, come on! She was one of the nice ones.
Smells weird.
August will gently but firmly push Chompy's snout away from it. Yeah, I don't want to sniff that one too closely.
No, smell weird.
What? How? What smells weird?
No,
Dead.
Smell normal.
Like, does the smell go anywhere else, or is it just here?
Like, Chompy kind of like haunches a little bit. Smell different.
August will detect magic, I guess, but that's about as much as he can do.
You detect magic and you don't get anything, but like, Chompy kind of like tries to drag the body off of the cot.
Well, August will help him, if only to keep Chompy from getting sick.
You guys kind of like pull the body out of the wagon. Smells different, not same.
August will get a closer look at the face. Does it appear to be like a different person, maybe, if he interacts with it? Is it an illusion of any kind, or?
Go ahead and give me a heal check.
Sure, just one moment. I gotta go get something real quick.
No problem.
Okay, I'm back. What was he one?
Heal check.
Excellent. It's almost like someone's going around doctoring bodies. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, I'm just rolling, considering these only have one skill point in them, and I'm getting good results.
That's hilarious. You can tell with that heal check that since you weren't like super around, that because you were taking care of Chompy at the time, this person's been poisoned. And with such a good heal check, I'd even say that this is something that you've come across in nature before. Those blackened veins are when somebody eats a flower they really shouldn't have.
And I know, what would I call that flower, which might not exactly be the same as what other people call that flower.
The lizard folk would probably call that blood venom. It burns you from the inside.
Does it sound like the same effects that Chompy went through, or different?
Different one for sure.
More poison. The others are useless. Dolgus will suck in a deep breath after telling Chompy to cover his ears. Not that he can, but, get his head down. And just roar out in the general direction the other time. Hey! Dad! Yeah!
In which, like, a number of townspeople just, like, look at the caravan, like, wide-eyed, shocked, and like, and they, like, scatter quickly, because they're not about it. Like, 2 guards would kind of come over, and Valana and Kogan would kind of walk over. It's like, Dolgus, we know.
Dolgus will then point in behind him in the cabin he was in, the wagon he was just in. Nah, that one's different.
What do you mean different?
Different poison. Different, what did you say it was again that he would recognize it as again?
Blood venom.
Yeah, blood venom. I've heard of it before in the swamps. Never seen it myself, but I've definitely heard of it. And he'll start dragging out the corpse of the shamefully dead half-elven lady.
Yep. Kogan would kind of shake his head and say, alright, let me take a look at her. Kind of pull out a syringe and, like, kind of stick a vein and take a sample.
Mm-hmm. Burns you from the inside. Bad way to go, that.
Blood venom, you say?
I don't know what you pinkskins call it. I mean, that's just what we called it in the swamp.
Just enough. In civilized territory, we tend to call it Death Blade. Fast acting. Runs down
absolutely.
Runs down your innards like nobody's business. And if you're not particularly fortuitous, basically. Yeah, no. It's nasty shit. Although it's not too uncommon, but it is extremely pricey in order to actually distill into something that's usable. Animals chew into it and, die pretty quick because they're not really all that fortuitous in most cases, but get a concentrated extract of this and you're running up about 1,800 gold. What in the fuck? Well, I think we got something to show the watch.
She was decent. Didn't constantly try and convince me I was a dwarf. I mean, ridiculous. I'm surrounded by stupid people.
You're talking to the same person, buddy.
You pinkskins all look alike.
We're gonna get that mirror at some point, and we're gonna... Anyway, not the time. Either way, seems like we got something to clear our names at least a little bit, but... Damn. Why aren't you with the rest of the party?
Oh, I was taking care of Chompy here.
Makes sense.
I'm pretty sure everyone saw Chompy being sick at some point.
Yeah, no, like, everyone's like, oh, that makes sense.
Started feeling better, but smelled something off. So we came here and found... Yeah, well, you get the idea.
Man. Chompy kind of, like, nudges. Weird smell. Goes... Wait.
Which way?
Familiar smell.
Which way?
He kind of, like, looks around a little frantically, and it's like, that way. And he just kind of takes off in a direction.
And Dolgus will bolt after him. He'll bolt after him as fast as someone that is a lizardman but is mechanically a dwarf can follow him.
And so Dolgus and Chompy kind of bolt off as Valana goes.
Yep. And no amount of the guards behind him trying to get him to stop is going to slow him down.
Oh no, like the guards just kind of like walk up and it's like, what's all this hustle and bustle? Why is there a dead body out in the... We told you to keep that in your wagon until we were able to sort things out. The chapel's a little bit full right now, thank you. And Kogan just kind of, exasperatedly have to, like, talk to the guards, about the uproar that you've stirred a little bit before you bolt off into the distance. Seems you're heading outside of the walls of the fort.
Yeah, that just makes it more like home.
In the meantime, Athena, Gochin, and Calrian, as well as a guard, head up to the Watch Warden's room. Inside is, again, a lightly decorated domain with, effectively a utilitarian approach to, what one would need for a bedroom, while still being somewhat refined. You have about a queen-sized bed, along with a side table, a small dresser, a mannequin for what you would assume to be armor, but seeing as the armor is currently on her, there's nothing on the mannequin at the moment, as well as a full-length mirror that one would prepare themselves in front of. There is also a writing stand and accompaniment of like chairs and materials and so on and so forth for it. As you enter the room, it does not seem like much has been disturbed. The bed is not made, as it seems they have left it relatively untouched since discovering the Watch Warden. But the room is yours to do with what you wish. Athena, what are you looking for within this area?
I'm not looking for anything in particular. I just want to see if I can find any possible leads. Maybe towards the Merla whatever person.
Malira?
Yes, that name.
Okay. I would say that you and Gochin can go ahead and roll a perception check as you kind of look over the room.
Oh, too many.
Right. Between the two of you, you guys can kind of look around the room, and not much really seems too disturbed outside of the bed. Kind of looking around, you can take note that the room does look like it had a little bit of a scavenging. Not much, but it does seem like somebody has kind of like leafed through the drawers and checked a couple of places within the writing stand. You yourselves can even find a small compartment hidden in the back of the writing stand, but it currently seems empty. Doesn't look like any dust has settled. Well, it looks like dust has settled here enough that like nothing's been put in here recently. But something that Athena noticed is that the positioning of the blankets and how things went down, there is the faintest of like what could almost be assumed as like maybe hair or a little bit of blood seems to have like hit the bedpost towards the top, as if like somebody was being repelled from getting onto somebody. One might guess that the Watch Warden attempted to resist whatever was going on. Maybe it woken up amidst an intruder of sorts.
That's weird.
But the hair found is not red. It is in fact brown.
Let's put this into a baggie as evidence.
Yep, I was about to say we need to take the evidence with us.
And with your previous heal check, considering how high it was for the and perception of the Watch Warden, you would note that like it seemed like there may have been like blunt force trauma to the back of her head, ever so slightly. As if, like, she was, in fact, in a struggle.
So
How no one would hear it seems a little suspicious, though.
Yeah, there being no one around her area at night for their watch.
Wait, did anyone find the weapon at all?
Doesn't seem like there was a weapon. You do remember seeing that the watch warden had, like, almost decaying marks around her mouth.
So
almost as if she'd imbibed something.
Someone put something in her
Made
mouth.
suicide via poison?
Not with blunt force trauma to the back of the head.
It's a suicide. 3 shots to the back of the head.
She could have drank a vial, then fell and hit her head.
And then someone moved her body afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
Or her ghost did. Her ghost could have possessed someone and did that, yeah.
But when you're in a world with magic, there's too many options.
The castle on Haunted Hill.
Oh, God.
Looking around the room, you can see that there was no clear forced entry. But that's not to say that somebody couldn't have picked the locks and made their way in. There is no window to this room, so entry from outside of from outside of the fort is unlikely. If there were reports of someone leaving the vicinity of the fort with red hair, one might guess that like your party was way earlier in the evening.
Yeah.
So that may have been set up previously. You're not 100% sure.
Have any of the people we've talked to had brown hair? I'm sure a lot of them, but specifically?
A fair few. Brown hair is particularly common in the areas of Last Wall.
I kind of figured.
Hell, in most of the world, to be honest, but...
Was the hair long or short? Like the brown hair. Is it long or short? I just want to know for myself.
Curly.
Curly hair.
Well, we don't have to prove someone else did it. We just have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to prove that we're innocent.
Yeah, see that. All right, Douglas will be breaking her out tonight. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Either way, we are leaving this place.
Mean.
But there are a lot of guards, though.
There are a lot of guards.
Yeah, there are a lot of guards. I mean, this right here at least proves that she wasn't in here, but that doesn't do anything for the starving nettle.
Yeah, the kitchen, yeah.
So, Jess didn't kill her, the warden. At least, from theory, she most likely didn't do that. But the starving nettle is a whole different thing.
It would make sense that she killed herself and fell and hit her head, though.
But how did Tasha get it, too?
Like I said originally, there could be a ghost going around possessing people, like doing this.
Did Tasha have stuff around her mouth, too?
I don't think we looked close enough.
You guys didn't, but Dolgus did. And Dolgus could probably say the same, yes.
Okay.
Something else that Dolgus might have noticed is that Tasha certainly seemed less fit than she normally did.
Interesting. Like the one that I found dead in the wagon, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
How does someone become less fit overnight?
Like a bloating
On
type
damage. That might have been a different person. They were replaced.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Truly.
Like skinwalkers?
Um,
Still skinwalkers.
Or
if they
even a
take the skin off.
changeling.
Mm. Was there anything else you wanted to check within this room?
didn't you say she had a nightstand?
She did.
Could I rifle through that real quick? Just see if there's anything in there of significance?
Within the nightstand for Watch Warden Augustine, there seems to be a few things that might be regarded as more like personal effects to her. One is what you would probably refer to as like a badge of honor. And like most people would probably have those hung up on the wall, but this one's kind of like in a case. And on the inside is like a date of like what you would probably remember very well as like the day that Castle Vereen was able to like push back the orc tides. The event that specifically you had, most of your trauma come from. It seems that a medal was awarded to her for the surviving commendation of the event and the eventual retrieval of the bordering lands. Why she doesn't have this on display is a little odd that it's tucked in the back of, like, this nightstand. Then there is effectively a list in a notebook. There are countless names of families and amounts, like gold amounts next to them. I would like for you to go ahead and give me a sense motive check. Every single name on this that's crossed out is a name of somebody that you've served with, and even some that you haven't. Most of which are dead.
Go figure.
And it
Dun
seems,
dun dun.
and it seems that there's a gold amount next to each of them, with a RECV next to it. Your name has been circled. There's no gold amount, but there is like a couple question marks next to it. It seems that she was keeping a log of some sort. What exactly for, you're not 100% sure. But it does have a name. Shinnerman. And it's like at the top of the list, like it's at the top of like the overall like journal book at like every page, and it's just Shinnerman Foundation. If you'd like, if you have knowledge geography or local, I suppose.
I think I have both. Hold on. I have geography
One or the other.
and local. Geography's higher. I'll do that.
Nothing comes to mind.
Of course.
But it seems this journal was of some importance to the Watch Warden.
I'm going to. I think I'm going to pocket the journal if I
Mhm.
can. Take that with me. Her medal, I'd like to chuck it at the wall. I don't want that.
It seems super dusty, like it hasn't seen the light of day in a long time.
Oh, that's fine. It can still hit the wall. I don't like it. It's undeserved.
Fair.
Is there any other pieces of furniture in the room? I know there was the writing desk and the
The dresser.
The dresser.
Yeah. The bed, the dresser, the writing desk, the nightstand, and the mirror.
Okay. I doubt there's anything on the mirror. I guess I want to check out the dresser.
Mostly, like basic tunics, pantaloons. Not much in variance of design. For somebody who should probably have been earning quite a bit with the station that they have, it's mostly common fare clothing. Like, someone from the farms could probably purchase most of this clothing with, a week or two saved. Whereas you've met, or at least seen individual people with, like, garments that would cost a farmer, like, half of their life's worth of coin.
Okay. Don't think there's really anything else to look at in here.
Okay.
Which one left? Oh,
CP.
CP.
Don't worry about it.
Where do we want to go to next? I guess maybe speak to the staff that was closest to the warden.
Sure. We can move on to those. We'll head on back to Ava, Sylph, and Darlin as they make their way to the Hendricks estate.
Every now and then while we're walking, I give Sylph the flat tire.
What?
If you know what I mean by that.
No.
Yeah. Or he steps
I
on the
step
back
on
of my
his
shoe.
heel.
Oh.
Oh, time to find the dead body of Hendrix.
It's like it only happens like twice. Right when we're starting outside and just before we get to Hendrix's place.
Only twice. It's fine.
So, you guys head to the farmhouse of the Hendricks, and outside you can see, a couple kids kind of running about chasing after some chickens, and there's a woman who seems to be tending to some laundry.
Excuse me, miss. Where's Hendrix at? Is this Hendrix' house?
I'm Malin Hendricks. What can I do for you?
Well, where's the sir of the house?
My husband left for work this morning, and he's not at the fort.
It's not reported in.
She gives a concerned look. It's not like him.
How does he behave when he's dead?
What?
Does he?
Wow,
usually,
no
does he-
tact whatsoever. No tact whatsoever. I mean,
Even
Dolgus
Eva just stops and looks at him.
Yeah, even Dolgus has the excuse of being plain uncivilized. You grew up in civilized culture, and look at you. That was completely awful.
Right. She just raises her hands to her mouth and looks like she's on the verge of tears.
Look what you just did.
I do apologize. My friend is an idiot.
If Dolgus was there, he would headbutt you.
Unfortunately, his case is terminal.
call it brain deaditis. Anyway, when your husband's not here or at work, where is he usually?
Normally to the fields. Is Sarah actually dead?
We've
Oh, no,
found
yeah.
no body.
Does he have a drinking habit? Does he owe anybody money?
He doesn't drink at all. And money-wise, we get all we need from the fort and the land. I don't see why he
Okay.
would have a debt.
Slightly insensitive question. Does he have a mistress?
No. Better not.
Or he'd be dead.
Okay, at that point, and so I kind of want to hit Sylph, but my character isn't there.
There's been
What
a
if
bit
the
of
guard
an
says he likes
issue.
to pick berries? Where? Do you know?
Just out into the just beyond the limits of our property, not too far into the woods. He would, take the kids there sometimes to pick berries. James, Delilah, would you come show the nice men and lady where Daddy likes to pick berries? And the two kids kind of come running up and like look at all of you like with wide eyes. There's the girl who's probably no older than maybe 8, and the boy who's probably about 10 maybe. Whoa! Where'd you get the armor?
Made
Are
it.
you a knight?
No.
Oh,
Tell you what. If you show us where Dad picks his berries, I will pull up 5 silver. I'll give you this.
okay. And the kid just kind of like takes off running towards
Probably
the
thinking
side
about
of the
how much
field.
candy he can buy with that. Maybe he can give
No
himself a
kidding.
boot knife. I mean, that's like
Choose
50
after him, I
bucks. Imagine giving a kid $50 worth of candy as it was back in like the Wild West days. That would have been so much candy.
So James and Delilah kind of like run you out towards the edge of their farmlands. You got past some cows and a couple goats, and eventually you get to the edge and you can kind of see some of the tree line a little bit. This is about as far out from like Castle Everstand as like the limit of the village would go, but they kind of lead you through a couple of the patches of trees here. There aren't that many, as like they've cleared most of the area, but they do keep some trees for the purposes of natural game, things like
I'll
that.
tell them when we start to get close to just point me in the direction and don't go there.
Okay.
I don't want them to find their father's dead body if he happens to be there.
See, that's called having tact. Even Darwin can have tact, which puts him so far above Sylph that it's not even funny.
Well, Darlin is also an orphan, so
Yeah, he's been there, which means he's probably considering punching this.
Yeah, Sylph has like 0 filter. Like he grew up like rich and stuff, so like everyone's lower to him. It's literally all he knows.
this
So
is
he
why
just
Darlin
speaks
doesn't like
direct.
me.
Like he doesn't mean to harm anybody. It's just how he is.
So he points us in the general direction eventually, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he'll point you in the general direction.
I will give him the 5 silver as we walk in there. Till we find a body on the ground.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
If it's like there's trees. 3 books.
Survival?
Oh God, watch! He's gonna be like half dead and grab our
Bad
ankles and
rolls
shit.
today.
Oh, I got a -1. There
So
we
you
go.
guys-
We all just had bad rolls on that one.
You guys wander for a little bit, trying to follow the kids' instructions, and it takes you a little while. Meanwhile, Dulcus and Chompy are beelining it out of town, and
I'm gonna run into them.
Chompy's on like a speed racing track, and like I can imagine Dulcus is probably just like holding on to his tail a little bit, just kind of like flapping with the wind as like Chompy's just like going at breakneck speed.
This is where Dulgus, if Dulgus was a girl, there'd be like one tit just flapping in the breeze because it got pulled free because that's how fast Chompy's going.
Wow. Go ahead and roll me a survival check for Chompy.
Aye.
Oh, we're gonna come across the wraith.
We got hero
follow it
points
with
for
a
this
Now follow it with a perception check.
from Chompy.
Mm-hmm. So Chompy's like following his nose and is just kind of like keeping track of like where he's going, all the different like little animals and critters that can kind of keep running around, and like you pass like some farmlands on your way out into the hamlets area of the fort, and start beelining it westward, and eventually like you guys come across a patch, and you can hear a bit of stomping around and things like that. But I would like for Sylph, Ava, Darlin, Dulgus, and Chompy to roll me another perception check.
Helps Mike.
It's Dulgus, now Chompy.
Yep, okay, I've got all of them. So Ava and Chompy kind of like meet eyes as like you guys hear brush like just kind of getting knocked around, and like Chompy and Dulgus just kind of burst from the bushes like from the north. But as soon as like you guys do, Chompy like runs towards a tree and like bonks into it for a second, only to like for Ava and Chompy to both like kind of look down towards where there was a rope that seems to have been weighed down by something. There's a big old stone that seems to be holding a rope up in the tree.
Ah, well, Dulgus will give it a tug.
If it will step back.
You just give it a tug?
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty affixed onto this heavy boulder.
I meant like a dwarven tug. I mean, sheesh, what do you mean? What do you mean? Don't you get this?
Give me a strength.
Okay, fine.
check.
Fine. I fail.
There seems to be something tethered to both ends of, pretty decent weight. You could probably cut the rope. You could probably cut the rope and lower whatever is on the other end, but
I will take one of my throwing axes out and cut the rope with it.
You see the rope snap and it zips into the trees as you hear something plummeting to the ground.
This is going to be bad.
Oh no.
It's gonna be Hendrix.
It's gonna be a body.
And
Back up.
there is a middle-aged male figure that hits the ground naked in his skivvies.
Oh god.
Clearly, they need to take a good look at him in order to use the illusionary magic to make themselves look like him. Also, they clearly wanted his uniform for some reason.
Is he dead?
He failed at the chores that the old ladies had.
It seems like, well, one, his breathing is very, 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 very shallow.
Ah, he's still alive. Excellent.
You can see the, like, blackened, veins across his wrists pretty plainly.
Oh, he's dying.
It seems like he has been poisoned, but whether it be luck or whether it be his own, fortuitousness, it seems poison has not claimed his life, but he is in a very precarious state. And falling from the tree probably didn't help.
I got a good cure-all for everything. I got this bottle of white oily stuff that was used to make graffiti in the last town, because I apparently started it for reasons that the GM never told me why he gave it for me to start with. But I'm sure it will work as some sort of incredible natural anti-poison here.
Well, it was a clue for your character to know, oh, hey, this is a paint that is being used by these people from outside of town, and Vilgus just never had that revelation.
I'll take one of our many potions of cure light wounds.
Ava's, before you do that, Ava's just gonna hit him with a charge from the wand.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I'll put the potion back.
I mean, while he is stable, he is unconscious and just you can tell he's relatively enfeebled.
Regardless of his status of poison, we just dropped him out of a tree, so...
True. He did take fall damage, and that wand charge will go a good ways to, making sure he's not dead.
Fine. Dolgus will also tap him with the Wand of Celestial Healing.
Now we have hard proof that Jess couldn't have done all this. How could one person do all of this within that time span?
Look at Choppy, then I'll look at Cell, then I'll look at Dolgus, and I'll hand him to Dolgus and say, carry him lightly.
Oh, okay.
Like you would a small child.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm actually got it.
A small lizard folk child.
I preference the child thing. Then his lizard brain will at least know not to drop the child. As we will head back.
Did we do good, Fuzzy One?
What's that, Chumpy?
Did we do good, Fuzzy One?
Yes. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Told you, true hunter. Ha.
Chumpy is always true hunter. Always has been, always will be. Little avatar of Blackroad you.
Something still smell funny, though.
Nah, where?
Person been here. Not that person. Different person.
Think you'd smell it again if we got closer?
It all over, but not anywhere.
Yeah, guys, Chumpy says someone else was here. Different smell. Smells weird.
Figured that much.
Like Jess's smell?
Has Jess at any point ever fed Chumpy treats?
Always. Just feeds everybody.
Okay. Does it smell like the red hair? Does it smell like red fur that gives you treats? The sweet sweets?
No.
Okay. He says it's not Jess.
Yay. It's not Jess.
I am going to have to head off here, guys.
Mm-hmm. No, this is about where I expected us to kind of.
I didn't realize it was this late. Wow. Okay.
Okay,
but I just want to say, next session, if y'all don't somehow prove her innocence, Dogs is going to just break Jess out.
The
only thing I was going to do is I was going to have the kids run ahead of us and tell their mother to go have a healer brought out.
Fair.
Because I'm sure the little children full of energy could run faster than us carrying their father.
Probably.
Also, while sparing them of having to see their dad in a less than glamorous light.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly.
I hope everybody had fun. This is
just
the beginning of this.
Except for that part where Phil was like, yeah, your husband's dead.
That was hilarious. We're gonna eventually get.
We're
into
gonna get
Sylph's,
some
like,
broken
background.
kneecaps. All right, we're gonna do something about that later.
Syl's gonna wake up with a dick drawn on his head and horrible.
Just you wait. We're gonna
And he
we're gonna get
deserves
in.
all of it.
We're gonna get into Sylph's, like, true story eventually, and it's gonna be funny, but or maybe
Alright.
tragic, or who knows.